Hey guys, Chad Hoover, Kayak Bass Fishing, and today I'm going to tell you the differences between the Bonafide SS127 and the new Bonafide SS107. All right, so there's a couple concessions that have to be made when you take a boat from 12'7" to 10'7", but maintain the same look, the same feel, and the same standard of excellence that Bonafide has established in manufacturing. So let me show you boat for boat exactly how the boats are laid out and the differences between the SS127, which at this point I'm sure you're pretty familiar with, and the new 107. So if you start at the front, one of the first things that you'll notice is some of the space is shorter up front. So there's a little bit smaller nose, and that's where some of the length is taken out. Coming on back, you'll see that the front hatch is slightly different and that you're going to lose some of the length up here in the nose. So basically about a foot was taken out from the front of the cockpit to the nose, and then about a foot was taken out from behind the black pack or behind your tank well to the back of the boat. But there's a few key things that are different about this smaller version of the Bonafide SS series and the SS127 and now the new 107. First and foremost, at the front, there is a squeeze hatch that you squeeze together and pop up. Still allows you to get access from the front, close that back up, and then you've got these pull latches in the back. So you still have the same functionality that you're familiar with from Bonafide, just not enough room for the double take latches, and to bring the price point down a little bit, a few concessions were made. So basically, smaller hatch, still got plenty of room to store your rods on the inside, put gear inside there. And then once you go from here into the dry pod, foot braces, cockpit padding, the high-rise seat, everything's the same with one exception, and there's no junk drawer. Now, you can add the junk drawer to the SS107 as an accessory, but again, when you're only taking out plastic and you're still providing all the same premium features, you got to get that price point down somewhere, and so the junk drawer was one of those concessions. Coming on back behind the seat, you've still got the same amount of room in the tank well that you need to put a black pack in there and maybe a little bit more gear, but some of that length was taken out just behind the black pack. You still have access in the rear, no traction pads in the tank well. So the three major differences are the double header latches on the front, no junk drawer, and no traction pads in the tank well. Everything else is pretty much the same, including the performance and stability. This boat maneuvers a little better, doesn't track quite as well at low speeds, which gives you that maneuverability. Great river boat, great boat if you've got small storage, you've got a smaller car, you're a smaller person, and you feel like you want a smaller boat. And when this thing gets up to speed, it still tracks really well for such a short boat. So that is basically the differences. So from the 127 to the 107, you give up about a foot in the front, from the front of the cockpit up to the nose, and you give up about a foot from the back of the tank well, and you maintain the same stability, performance, and comfort that Bonafide kayaks has become known for. So that's it, guys. That's the differences, and that's a quick overview of the Bonafide SS107.
I love my SS127, but just wanted a bit more compact little boat. It's obviously easier for me to load and unload on top of the Pathfinder, and great just to throw it on top and go for a quick fishing trip. And this boat is actually mine. My other boats have been guest boats for the show, and if a friend wants to borrow something, then they borrow mine. And so I was just super excited to have my very own and the very first one, SS107. Couldn't have been a better Mother's Day present out there.
Actually, sorry about that, guys. There was one thing I forgot to point out. On the SS127, you come with these forward accessory tracks, and those are absent and missing on the front of the 107. So to make sure I made a fair comparison, I wanted to go ahead and point that out. You guys do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button if you like these type of videos. Leave a comment below if you have any specific questions or if you'd like a more thorough overview, and stay tuned as we do a full rigging video on how we set up Christy's kayak for the way she wants to fish from it.